On the night of November 21st, Russia launched the most devastating missile attack on Ukraine. And judging by the incoming information, the Ukrainian authorities and the so-called Western leaders will be in a state of shock from this demonstration of the power by Russia for a long time. It is noteworthy that Moscow carried out this missile attack immediately after the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation officially announced the downing of 2 British Storm Shadow cruise missiles in Russian airspace. It seems that the Biden administration's decision to allow Ukraine to use Western long-range missiles deep into Russian territory has indeed proved to be fatal not only for Kiev, but also for Western countries. The fact is that on the night of November 21st, Russia for the first time used its most powerful and advanced weapons against military targets in Ukraine. At the same time, it is worth noting that many European and American independent military experts and analysts have already called this demonstrative Russian missile strike on Ukraine a signal for the entire West. According to them, Putin made it clear to the West that further escalation of the conflict could lead to the fact that cities such as London, Paris, Washington, and Berlin could be wiped off the face of the earth within a couple of minutes. Well, my dear truth seekers, in this video, I will tell you in detail exactly what targets Russia destroyed in Ukraine on the night of November 21st. Moreover, in this video, I will also describe in detail about the latest Russian experimental ballistic missile Oreshnik, which is rightfully considered the world's most powerful and advanced. By the way, it was this ballistic missile that the Russian military used during the recent overnight missile attack on Ukraine. And judging by the incoming information from Western countries, this latest Russian ballistic missile has already left NATO and Pentagon generals speechless. So, on the night of November 21st, Russia launched a devastating massive missile attack on the territory of Ukraine. In particular, independent monitoring services have recorded dozens of explosions in central, northern, and southern parts of Ukraine. It is reliably known that during this missile attack, Russia used Iskander-M ballistic missiles, Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, as well as Kh-101 cruise missiles. In addition, as I said earlier, the Russian military also used the latest experimental ballistic missile. So, on the night of November 21st, Russian Iskander-M ballistic missiles, along with Kh-101 cruise missiles, hit and destroyed dozens of energy infrastructure facilities in Ukrainian regions such as Cherkasy, Sumy, Kiev, Odessa, Nikolaev, Vinnytsia, and Kirovograd. It is reported that the northern, central, and southern parts of Ukraine were left without electricity and internet as a result of this missile attack. Emergency power outages have also been announced in the capital of Ukraine, Kiev. In the Khmelnytsky region, Russian Kinzhal hypersonic missiles once again hit the territory of the Starokostiantinov military airbase. It is noteworthy that Russian hypersonic missiles attacked this military airbase immediately after information appeared that France had secretly transferred 3 units of the Mirage 2005F fighter jets to Kiev. At the same time, the Russian military department officially stated that all the intended targets at this military airbase were successfully hit and destroyed. And finally, in the Dnipropetrovsk region, in the city of Dnipro, the Russian military completely destroyed 3 weapons factories at once. We are talking about such weapons factories as Yuzhmash, Vesta, and Spetsinstrument. Later, video footage of this missile strike on these weapons factories appeared on the network. And these video frames shocked not only ordinary netizens, but also experienced military experts. As it turned out, Russia launched a completely new ballistic missile with 6 warheads against these weapons factories in Dnipro. Fortunately, these warheads were not nuclear. As it turned out, the destruction of 3 large Ukrainian weapons factories at once became possible thanks to the latest Russian ballistic missile Oreshnik. Unfortunately, the main characteristics of this latest Russian missile are strictly classified. However, it is reliably known that this latest weapon is a new generation missile system, and a further development of Iskander missile system. According to information from open sources, the latest Russian ballistic missile Oreshnik has a new generation of guided warheads, capable of breaking through even the most powerful missile defense systems. At the moment, no air defense system in the world could shoot down this ballistic missile. Western military experts are sure that Russia is not just testing its latest types of weapons in Ukraine, but also creating new generation missiles based on them, which, in terms of their tactical and technical characteristics, have no analogues in the world. Commenting on this missile strike, military experts did not hide their shock. According to them, the strike on the weapons factories in Dnipro indicates that Russian engineers have developed a completely new missile of intermediate and intercontinental range. And this missile is capable of destroying targets at a fairly short distance. Moreover, this missile is also capable of delivering not only a nuclear charge to a given target, but also more than 5 tons of explosives. At the same time, it is worth noting that a few days before this missile strike, Chairman of the State Duma of the Russian Federation, Vyacheslav Volodin, warned the West that Moscow would soon begin using new types of weapons in Ukraine, and these weapons would shock the warmongers in London and Washington. Meanwhile, the air alert is still sounding all over Ukraine. The Ukrainian General Staff stated that the risk of repeated strikes by the latest Russian ballistic missiles is very high. It is reliably known that all representatives of the Kiev regime, including Vladimir Zelensky, are still in underground bunkers. Thus, Vladimir Putin made it clear to the West and its puppets in Kiev that Russia could easily destroy not only Ukraine, but also other hostile countries that are still supporting the Kiev regime. Will the warmongers in London and Washington heed Putin's warning? Well, my friends, we will have the answer to this question soon enough.